Hello everyone, welcome back to this series. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a home tab. We we have dealt prior to now. We've dealt with the Excel interface. We've talked about the ribbons. We've talked about the tabs, the groups, the commands. We've talked about what the formula bar is, the name box, the status bar. We've talked about the zoom controls and the most previous lesson we talked about the backstage view of the file tab. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the home tab. We'll study the groups. I will go to the commands. Okay, so we'll take clipboard, the fonts, the alignment, the number, the styles, cells, editing, and ideas group. Okay, all right, so without taking so much of our time, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna copy data from here, I'm gonna copy from here and paste in another. Let me just paste in another. Hold on, this is not part of what I'm saying. Let me copy the data here and paste in another sheet so that it looks just like it should. Okay, all right. So for example, let's start with the clipboard. Group. Okay, this is the clipboard group. We can see the faded paste command. We can see this command is the format painter. We can see the copy command. We can see the cut. Okay, so basically, I think I've explained what commands are. Commands are commands. Commands are what you desire the particular button to do. Okay. And I think that is explanatory enough. Okay, command is just command, the way you command somebody or something. Okay, so it's the last thing you really want to is what you want to execute. Okay, that the commands they execute your desired action. All right, so that's what these small buttons are for. So the moment you click them, they execute what they are supposed to do, what they expect, what they are built for. Okay, so I'm just going to start. I'm going to use this data in this particular column G. Okay, so we'll start with the clipboard group. Okay, so I want to start with paste, but because I've not copied anything, I'm going to have to copy before I can paste. All right, so meanwhile this data is in table formats. Please, I want to take it away from table formats take it away from table format so that it doesn't distort anything I really want to do, because I want to really copy and paste. All right, so I'll just do that right away. Shifts and okay. All right, so I really do not want us to. So I just want to basically take it back to normal. If I could use the word, normal. I want to take it away. My system is hanging, but it's going to come alive again. So all right, so here we go. So I said I do not want to see it in table format anymore. This is not part of the course. I'm just trying to. Alright, so I want to convert it back to range. Yeah, I want to convert it back to normal range so that any calculation I've done here. So, alright, now I'm going to go back to the home tab. So I'm copying this data here. So for the copy, I could use this command here to copy. I could use this command here to copy my data. By the time you copy, you see these green rectangular balls dancing around. That's when you know, oh, you copied something to the clipboard. Okay, and so I'm going to paste in. I think there's a new sheet here. I'm going to paste it here. So I could use Ctrl V, but if I use Ctrl V, I'm just pasting as it is. But if I come here, you can see that the paste button is now active, and I come to this drop down. I see a lot of paste options I can use. So I could use paste, like paste as it is. Okay, guys, don't trouble me, just paste as it is. So it has pasted what I have from sheet 1, because I copied from sheet 1. It has pasted it on here. Okay, Then there's another button, there's another paste option. It says paste formulas. Okay, so if I click on this, it tells me, oh, it retains the formula from sheet 1. If you while I'm clicking on this box, you could check the formula bar here. It's telling me, oh, this thing was copied from a particular formula from sheet 1, because truly in sheet 1, truly in sheet, is this sheet 1 now? Yeah, truly in sheet 1, I actually copied from these guys are actually in formulas. Okay, all right, so let's get back here. Let's get back to our sheet 3. Okay, so I want to do the same thing for, okay, so I want to do another paste option, paste and keep number formatting. Okay, so it's going to just drop everything I have as it is there. If it is 00, if it is in decimal place, it's going to return it back for me as decimal place. If I separated the figure with comma, it's going to do that to indicate thousand. It's just going to drop that back for me. So that's what it did here. If I'm supposed to paste, just you could just play around with keep source formatting. Just makes us understand that, okay, if the boxes or if the cells were colored, just leave them colored. If they had borders, just leave. Okay, so let me add borders, and let's see, keep source formatting, and because there's another option that says paste without borders. So let's see, let me add borders to here. So everything now has borders. It has borders vertically, it has borders horizontally. So see this thick black line, okay? Those are the borders. So I want to okay, let me rewrite this again. This is not part of what was it before? Okay, so again, this isn't exactly part of what what I want to teach, but this formula I really don't like the way it's showing, and I really want to take it away. Okay, so I've been saying multiply by 12, I don't know why I'm multiplying by 12. Can't remember what I did, what I used this data for earlier. So okay, so I have something more unique. So so I want to paste that. You can see that I've added borders. So we want to check the paste options that says it should keep source formatting. Yeah. Okay, so we'll come to the paste option here, and it's saying keep source formatting. So you can see that if I paste it that way, it has kept the, sorry, I didn't have to draw, I didn't want to draw that column bigger, because keep source formatting means that it's going to leave it the same. The height of the cell is going to remain the same, the length is going to remain the same. See the borders there, it just pasted it as it is, it left it with the borders as they were. Okay, another paste option here is no borders. So you can see that it's pasting for me without borders. Okay, and some values are hidden. And why is this value different from what we have here? Okay, all right, so oh, okay, now I know why it has changed. That is why the moment you tamper with a formula, it's just going to, okay, so if we look okay, I'm just going to go back, okay, because if we look at what I'm pasting, it is different from what I've been pasting before. That's because the formula had changed, because I touched it here and it changed. So I'm quickly going to rectify that, and all right, okay, that has been sorted. So I'm going to copy again, Shift and Control C. All right, so I'm coming here, and okay, I'm tempted to do Control V. So we're back to keep source formatting. So you can see that it has kept the source formatting, so it is 126,000, just the way it was before now. Okay, then another paste option we want to explore is no borders. So you can see that it has pasted, it has given me back without borders at all. Okay, I think the last one I want to talk about, you could just play around this and you would Okay, this one says transpose. So basically, transpose means can you please not put it in vertical format? Can you just lay it on horizontal? That is what you're telling this, and that is what it has done. Instead of it giving me this way, it is giving me in rows. It's not giving me in columns. So it has transposed my data. Okay, so here we go. That's what transpose would do for using the transpose option. Okay, so let's explore one more. Okay, so okay, we want to paste values. Like, okay, don't bother about the formulas, just paste them. Alright, so here we go. You can even see that it's not, it didn't keep the number formatting. It didn't put it didn't put the commas really. Alright, so what other paste option haven't we explored? Okay, values and number formatting. You can see that it has put the values and the number formatting. The commas that were there, he had put them there. Value, okay, let me just leave this here. Which one again? Value with source formatting. Yes, so it's by source formatting, it means that it's putting the number formatting and it's putting the borders and every other thing that was in the data before now. So it has added that. Okay, alright, we'll talk about that. So these are other paste options. If it's only the formatting you want to put, like the design of with the borders and everything that was there before, if you want to paste it as a link, yeah, you could actually paste this as a picture. So you can see this one is a picture. I can't work on it. In fact, I can just carry it like this, carry it up and down. Okay, especially you could use this for reporting, especially when you want to visualize in tabular form or you want to visualize in graphs or anything. You don't want to copy the live data because some of your colleagues or the person you're presenting to may not be very fantastic with the Excel data, and the moment the person tampers with a formula, the whole thing just turns upside down and you're wondering what went wrong. So you can paste as picture. Okay, so I'm gonna delete that. Alright, so which other paste option I want to explore? Then you can paste as a linked picture such that because I pasted this as a linked picture such that yes, it's a picture, at the same time a link is embedded. Okay, you can go, you can see that it takes me back to my sheet 1 when I double click. In case you didn't notice that, let me do that again. Alright, so this is ideally the picture, but it's more than the picture. Okay, so maybe I want to get to the source document. I want to know, okay, what's up with this. So this particular portion, as much as I'm seeing a picture, but the moment I double click, it just takes me back to the source document, so where the picture is coming from. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna take it away. Okay, which other paste option? Okay, there's paste special. Depending, you can paste values format. There's a whole lot you could do with this particular one. We'll get there. There's if you wanted to multiply by a particular value instead of you using okay, let's not even go there. So paste special is a different topic. All right, okay, so we're done with the paste button, which we have taken the copy and paste button. Okay, this is format painter. Format painter, basically, okay, you can see it has already given us the tips there. Okay, so for example, if I like the look of a particular selection and I want to copy exactly the way the look of that particular selection, I want to copy it to another cell or another range of cells. So I could use paste special. So for example, let's say I like the way this 1200 looks in this cell, and I want this particular guy here in cell E4 to look like cell G4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on cell G4 and I'll click on format painter. It's like it's going to copy. Then you see this paintbrush here, you can see that paintbrush. Then I'm going to just click on cell E4 so that it will look exactly like cell G4. Okay, you can see it has looked exactly like cell G4 with the borders, with the number formatting, with the background color, everything. So you could do paste special for a lot of things. So you like the font of a particular selection, you like the font size, or you like the design of a particular selection, and you want to copy it exact way to another selection. That is what you use format painter for. You could read the notes there, you know, it's quite explanatory. All right, so we're done with it. clipboard group. All right, let's move to the font group. Okay, this should be easy. All right, in the font group, that's where we see the font type. You can change your font, your font style to anything you want it to be. You have a calibri, you have a whole lot. There's a whole lot of fonts here. Some you have to download them, that's why you can see this cloud button here. All right, so this is the font size. You may want to increase the font size. Okay, let me change this. So let's say I don't want that particular cell to be calibri. Let's say I want to do the Arial. So you can see that it is Arial. You want to change it to you want to probably change it to size 16. Look, let's say size 14. Okay, so that's how you change font and font size. Okay, another thing you could want to do is to make it bold. You want to make it in italics. Okay, it means this coming in hash format like this means that the column size, this column size cannot contain what it is. So you may have to drag and expand so that you can see. Okay, so then that's italics. You want to underline. You can see it as given it the underline feature. All right, that is that about the font. Okay, another thing you will want to do, let me just copy a range of cells. I'll just do Ctrl C and I'll paste them here. All right, so here you could see it says all borders. This particular command has a variety of options for borders. Okay, so for example, I just want a border to appear to the right. So by the time you can see there's a border to the right already. Let's say let's come here again. I want thick outside borders. I just want the borders to be outside and I want them to be thick. Okay, see what has happened here. Let's say I want everything to have all borders. Okay, like I did earlier. So here we go, everything has had all borders. So that is that about this border icon here. Here is where we have the fill color. So fill color rather. So let me highlight my range of cells and my fill. So I want to fill with the particular, probably I want to design a dashboard that I want people to relate with. So let me fill with yellow. So your fill. So there are plenty colors you could work with. Okay. So this next one talks about the color of the font. This is the font color. Okay, this one is the font color. So let's say I want the font to be in let me use red. So you can see it has changed to red. Okay, so that's then here we have decrease font or increase or decrease font size. So if I want this particular font size of 6,000 to increase, I don't want to come here, I just want it to increase. I'll keep clicking until I'm comfortable with that particular font size. Okay, and if I don't want it to decrease, that's why we have the decrease arrow here. So you decrease the font size this way. Okay, all right, so that is, we're done with the font group. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I wanted this video to be 20 minutes or 30 minutes max. Okay, so we'll move to the alignment group. All right, so let me have a few sets of data so we can treat the alignment group. All right, so here in the alignment group, okay, so this particular first one says top align. It means that this is my 1200. I want it to shift to the top. Okay, you see there it's shifted to the top. If I wanted it to be in the middle, it's shifted to the middle. I want it to be bottoms. Okay, so basically this is what the alignments are for. Then the other part of the alignment says that is says the side of the side where I want my data to stay. Okay, do I want it to align left? Do I want it to align to the middle? Do I want it to align right? Okay, simple and straightforward. All right, another part of the alignment group here is this orientation. So for example, maybe you're working on a data set and the columns you have, maybe this particular column you have is tiny, or maybe just for the sake of your data you really want to make some things tiny, and at the same time the column you probably just have to work with is tiny. Okay, you could just you could change the orientation to slight, you could tilt it a little. So you could say angle clockwise. So you can see that it has changed my data to this, so that I could see everything at it. Like for example, here that it is showing the hash sign. It means that the column couldn't contain it. Let's see, we could do change the orientation to say this, and it would it's like the figures here are plenty, and it will change it to what we want. Okay, so basically that's what the orientation is all about. And here the same thing. Okay, let me just let me use this detail here. All right, here. Okay, here is about the indent. Okay, so it means that okay, let me click on make the cell active. Okay, so if this particular one is saying, oh, I want my text or my data to be closer to the border. So this is you're decreasing indents. Let me copy a lot of data sets so that we can see what we're talking about. And Control V, and I will make it wide so that you can see the movement. Okay, here. So I'm saying decrease indents. This one is already closest to the border to the right. So let's use this. So you can see that it has. So if I keep clicking it, it keeps moving it closer to the border. Okay. Okay. The same thing happens. So if this data was like this, if this data was like this, okay, okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. So if this data was like this, we want to move it, so it will move. Oh god, what did I press? Let me Control Z. Okay, and if this guy was like this, my system is hanging, or am I the one not seeing well? Okay, so if I wanted to move, okay, that guy, if I wanted to move my data from this particular cell, let's use this cell. Okay, so we can see that it's moving close. So this one is saying we want to increase the indent. Okay, so that is that about the alignment group. So we can see basically the arrow signs here points us to the movement of the data. So I want my data to move backwards to the let me not use backward. I want my data to move to the left. This guy will do the job. Okay, and if I want my data to move to the right, this guy will do the job. Okay, all right, so here we go. So that is that on the alignment. Oh, we still have data on the we still have commands on the alignment group. So we have wrap text and merge and center. Okay, so wrap text is usually for long text. So for example, let me see, where can I copy something from? Okay, let me just type gibberish. Okay, so let's say there's a long text in a particular cell. Now because it is long, it makes the whole place look funny. Okay, that's because I increased the content. Now I want to wrap this text such that it can be contained just in one cell, everything can be seen all at once. So I'll just say wrap text. Okay, so I can see everything in that box all at once. Okay, then you can now increase if you want to increase the column size. Okay, all right, the same. Okay, merge and center. Let me use here for merge and center. Now let me use here. Okay, so let me say I have this figure in, let me say I have 5,000. So what merge and center will do is to say, okay, let's say this 5,000 is supposed to be like a topic over, well, let's say expense. I mean, not necessarily, it could be text, it could be figures. Let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a title over, let me say expense budget, and I want it to be like a that it would be, we could relate more to that. Okay, we'll use here Control V. Okay, so let me write expense budgets. So expense budgets. Okay, because this particular title is for the whole of this table, we want it to be seen as such, so we could merge and center this text. Okay, so we'll copy all the box. We want it to contain everything here so that it captures the whole table. So just say merge and center, and it brings the guy to the center. Basically, it just takes away all the other grid lines you could see before now, and puts the guy you wanted to merge and center into focus. Alright, so we're done with the alignment group. Whoa. So we'll move on to the number group. Alright, the number group. Okay, so here in the number group we can see the number formats of currency, we could see percentage, we could see the comma style. Alright, let me just copy this sets. Okay, we could just work with it here. Alright, so we've talked before about number formatting before now, but I'll just go to go over it briefly. Alright, so what this dollar sign is saying that, oh, maybe I want to add the currency denomination. So I want to check. So this, let me just copy the range of cells. So I want them to have the dollar sign. So it's just going to add it to for me. Now I'm going to do like a 2-in-1 2-in-1 because it's currency. For easy reading, it will put comma after each thousands, okay, so that we can read, oh, this is $6,000, because some people may not be able to see how many zeros is there at a glance. So the comma is very essential. So but if I want to, okay, I'll leave this one there. Let me not try to confuse us. Alright, so that is that about the currency format. Then here, by the way, we can change the currency. Okay, so that is the dollars. Let me change to naira. So that's why you have a drop down here, really. Okay, so you can see that there are other denominations. You can see the Chinese yen, you can see the euro, but you could still say, oh, more accounting formats that you really want to choose your own format. So it's here. So we can see more accounting, but I'd rather go to currency. Okay, let's take this drop down. So for the Nigerian naira, we're not going to see Nigerian naira. We're going to see Edo, Fulani, Yoruba, but yeah, we'll see Nigerian from. So I'll just pick Hausa. So it has shown me that's shown me the sample, the preview. Okay, so okay, you can see it has changed everything to naira. Okay, so that is that about this guy here. Alright, so this is percentage style. Okay, so from elementary mathematics, we know that percentage is expressed in percentage. Percentage, anything you want to express in percentage, it means it's a function of 100%. Okay, so for example, if I scored 20 over 100 in a test, it means I got 20%. Okay, so it's a function of 100. So for example, a 0.5 is half, okay, and half of 100 is 50, which makes it 50%. I hope that's clear enough. So if I want to express this as a percentage, what I'm just going to do is to do this. So basically what Excel does is whatsoever it sees that you have in decimal place, it changes, it multiplies by 100. And if it is not in decimal place, if it is one whole number, like 1 as it is 100 on its own. So if I say I want to express it in percentage, that is 100%. Okay. If I say I want to express this 6,000 as a percentage, okay, it means it's going to multiply it by 100. Okay, so I'm going to be having like 600,000. I hope I'm right. All right, so that is how percentage works. All right, the comma style. Okay, like I said earlier, it's not everybody that can. So for example, look at this cell that has this 336000. All right, some people may not quickly be able to say if this is 33,600 or 336,000 or 3.36 million. Okay, to help them assimilate what they are seeing or what they are reading well, just use the comma style. Okay, it gives them perfectly that, oh, it's 33,600. It even tells them it's exactly 33,600.00. So it is an exact style. All right, so here we have the increase or decrease decimal. So look at this guy here, this 33,600 we just worked with. If I don't want these decimal places at all, if I want one decimal place, if I want two decimal places, if I want 3 or 4 decimal places, I could do that straight up. So this particular one says I want to increase this decimal. So from these 2 zeros we could see after the decimal, I want to increase it to 3 or 4. So I'll just keep clicking. So it just keeps increasing. And at the same time, I want to reduce the decimal, it just keeps reducing. Okay. All right. We're done with the number group. Okay, so we have the general here. We have we dealt a little about the number formatting the other time. There's a whole lot of formatting styles we could work with, but this is a broader range of topic for a later time. Okay, so we'll come to styles. All right, styles, or under the styles group. Okay, so under the styles group, we can see conditional formatting, format as a table, cell styles. Okay, I'm just going to copy a neat set of data because this is getting interesting. Okay, let's see. Let me just copy from here. Sheet 1. Let me just go to my sales table. Do I have an interesting data here? Okay, let me go to sheet 1. And I'm going to copy these guys. Alright. So we are back here. I can play around anywhere I want to. Okay, you can see this is the essence of copying with the formula. So because I just said control V, this thing disappeared. I didn't say, okay, retain the formula, keep the formula, don't keep the formula, keep the source formatting, don't keep the source formatting, and all that. So I'm just going to say, okay, guy, just paste the values and the formula. Okay, values and number formatting. Either ones I want to work with. I'm not sure I want to see those. Okay, let me just work with values and number formatting. So it has brought every one of the data I copied. Okay. All right. So conditional formatting. I really like my data to have borders. It just so everything is going to have borders. I'm still going to add thick outside borders. Okay, so this looks more appealing to the eyes. Alright, so conditional formatting. So conditional formatting on its own is a big topic too, but we're just going to scrape the surface. Okay. So basically conditional formatting it formats. What's the synonym I can use for format? It's basically a formatting tool to say, so when you apply a condition to your data, it's just going to obey that condition. Alright, so let's get to it. So you can see a drop down here saying highlight cell rows, the greater than, less than, blah blah blah, top and bottom cells, like that. Okay, so let me just copy. Let me highlight this range and say, okay, I want to do highlight cell row. So I want to give it a condition. Okay, so let me go to greater than. So a pop-up comes and asks me, okay, it's by default put 61, but maybe that's not what I want to use, so I can change this. So I'm saying format cells that are greater than. So format cells that are greater than 50. Let me use 50. and I'm going to say, okay, when you're formatting them, so that it will be easier for me to read, fill it with light red, blah blah blah, but I don't want light red. Okay, maybe I want green fill with dark green text. Okay, so it has done that for me. See, so any number greater than 50 in this table, it has highlighted it with green. Okay, so I could another cell, let me still highlight the whole data and say, okay, you could use less than, you could use between. Okay, now let's quickly look at duplicate values under highlighted cell rows. So I'm asking it to look at this data I've highlighted and give me the ones that are duplicates. Okay, it's a way to, it's also a way to clean your data anyway. So there's another duplicate value function in Excel under the data tab where you can remove duplicates, but conditional formatting just pops it up in your eyes with colors to say, oh, these guys are recurring values. Okay, so I've said format cells that contain duplicates values with, okay, I could still change the color if I want to. So I could say give me the yellow fill with dark yellow text. So all the values that are duplicate, that are seen twice or three times, anytime they duplicated themselves, is going to be in yellow format. So you can see 60 appearing twice, 90 appearing twice, and that is why it has put it in yellow. Okay, it's conditional formatting is more visual. Okay, you can visualize things quickly. You want to quickly get a summary of what's going on with your data. All right, so another thing that is very fantastic. Okay, let's use here. Okay, here, let's use this cell. All right, okay, so we can do the top and bottom rows. So you're saying from the cells I've highlighted, can you give me the top 10 items? So it just does it for you. Okay, so format cells that rank in the top, you could say top 10, you could say top 5. So this particular function could be very helpful when you're doing performance management. Maybe you're a teacher and you've marked the script of your students, you've imputed it, but you really don't want to, maybe you just mark the script of about 600 students, okay, and you don't want to be checking, you can't even possibly be checking one by one to say who scored 68 and above. You could just use conditional formatting. It pops them up for you. So maybe you want to reward your 5 best students. Okay, so you could just say, come here, format cells that rank in the top 5. Okay, then you're telling it, fill it with green. Yeah, green is a safe color. So it just comes like that. Okay, it just gives you the top 5 figures. Okay, that's why it has filled it with, and that's 500, so it has filled it with green all through. Okay, another, let's quickly see conditional formatting. Okay, you could do color scales. Okay, so for example, this particular color scale, conditional formatting is, like I said, it would you're the one that would dictate the condition for Excel to filter its data to suit the data we want to see. Okay, so let's look at this guy, then we'll change the row, because Excel has some default row that it has. You can see that it has filled this data, but you really don't know how it sorted it. So we'll check the row, we'll manage the row that is there. So we're going to look at the row that it has given us. So it's still talking about the top 5, and this is the color scale we used, which is funny anyway. So the color scale Excel used here is funny because it actually said the grade color scale with the lowest score would have green, the middle score will have about yellow, then the highest score will have red. But we know in Nigeria is the highest score that should have green. Don't mind me, I just feel there's a way color speaks a lot. The moment you see red, you think it's danger, so it's better to say the poorest performing or the least numbers should be in red, okay, and the well performing numbers should be in green. So we could change the color scale. Okay, we could change the color scale, or we could edit by editing the row. Okay, so we edit the row, and you can see it's saying lowest value should have green. So we're going to change it. So we're saying the lowest value should have blood red, like the danger. Then the midpoint should have maybe yellow, and the highest guys should have green. Okay, which green is fine here. Okay, so I think this is better. Okay, but the pen is, so you can see apply to quickly preview. So you can see it has applied that. Then you say okay. So we can see that our 100 guys are in red. Yes, they're in danger. The guys are not so head or there. They're in yellow. That's 200 guys, and the guys that are there, the 500 guys, the highest scoring guys, the top 5 guys are in green, just as we have specified. Okay, the last conditional formatting I want us to take is on the high concept. Okay, so I'm going to highlight here. I want us to really understand the rules around this conditional formatting. Like I said, it's a bigger topic. Okay, all right, so look at this data set. If we look at this randomly, you can see that the highest number here is 6,000. Okay, so look at this high concept. I like this particular one. If you notice, Excel automatically puts the arrows there. So you know, this is a great tool for visualization. You necessarily don't even have to by looking straight at it. The moment you see a workbook and it has a lot of red, you know there's danger somewhere. Maybe for example, if you're a product person that is selling a product, and by the time you come to your figures and you have represented, you're presenting to your manager or to your what's the owner of the business, and the moment the guy is seeing a lot of red on some product, he knows that something is wrong. Okay, he just quickly gives him or her an idea. And when you're seeing green all over, you know that oh yeah, I'm doing good. Okay, although you could add a note to say, oh, red means this, blue means this, green means this. Okay, so let's quickly look at, okay, so Excel used a default rule, but let's look at the rule and we're going to change it. So we'll come to manage rules and we'll edit rule. So I want to see the rule Excel had used before now. So Excel said the green icon, the green facing up icon should be used when the value is greater than or equal to 67%. Okay, note that you can change this 67, you can change this from percent to number. It should be this straight looking arrow, like faint yellow, when it is less than 67 or greater than or equal to 33%, and it should be red when it is less than 33%. Okay, let's rework that. So for example, let me just close this. So for example, I've seen this data, the highest score is 6,000, and I want the people in the top 90%, or maybe I'm trying to mark a script or I'm trying to measure performance, or maybe I'm an HR person, and I want the guys whose KPI are 70% and above to show in green. Okay, so what I'm going to adjust the rule to is, okay, the highest scorer here is 6,000, so, and I want to use 70%, so I could just do this to have a basic understanding. So 70% of 6,000 is 4,200. It means that all the values from 4,200 would be seen in green. Okay, and and I want maybe the other 30%, the people who are not up to 70 but they are greater than 30, to be in that yellow straight line, and anybody below 30% should be in red. Okay, so I'm just going to define that row inside conditional formatting, so that these arrows would change to reflect that. So I'm going to come here, icon sets. Oh no, I'm going to come to manage rows directly. So I'm going to edit the row to say that no, give me this arrow sign, this green sign, this safe sign when people are 70%. Okay, or give me this guy if they are below 70% but greater than or equal to 30%, and this thing will just automatically change itself. And give me red when they are less than 30%. So we're going to see that. So we'll apply. would apply. Man, people don't feel and we're going to say okay. All right, so look at this data now. We can see that people in that 6,000, they are in the top 70%. Like the calculations we have done before we edited the row, it has told us that 4,002, anybody above 4,200 would be in green, but there is no. So let's say I include this data to have 4,500. You can see that I'm coming. Let me just add a very annoying figure. Let me see 5,000. Okay, let's see which other figure can we use. 4,000. Okay, remember it's giving. Okay, let me add another figure. Okay, which other figure do we have? So remember the rule says that anything that is less, that is above 70% should be in green. Okay, should be in green. So that's why these guys are in green. And anything that is above 30% but not up to 70% should be in this straight looking arrow. Or anything that is less than 30% should definitely be red. So that is what conditional formatting is for. Okay, so if I tamper with it and I put a figure like 8,000, in fact, if this 6,000 is not careful, that's why I said conditional formatting is a. So if I put 8,000 is going to have green. Okay, so, and because it's still in the top 70%, or we can rewrite the row to say, okay, let's take it to top 90%. Manage rows, edit row. That's why I said conditional formatting. So 90%, and I want to use 10%. Okay, so we'll apply. Okay, so you see that our top 90, the highest number we have here is 8,000. So our top 90% will come from anything that is in this range. So anything that is from 7,200 and above should actually have a green, color. So anything that is 0.1 multiplied by 8. Okay, multiplied by 8,000. Oh, I didn't put the equal to sign. Should anything in this 10% should be in red. Okay, so anything in this should be in red. So excuse me. All right, so that is that for conditional formatting. Okay, so which other one I want to talk? Okay, format as a table. Okay, one of the best thing that can happen to your data set is before you even start working with it, I would advise you convert it from a range of cells to tables. Okay, so let me pick this raw data here and let's format it as a table. Okay, let's give it title. Let's see, they are all price. Let's see location, whatever that means. Let me just call them all price. Okay, it will automate them because the table is going to ask for headers if they have headers. So if you want to format the data set as a table, it makes life easier because it's more like a template that you can reuse all over again. The table you would have inserted formulas and you can keep reusing it. You don't have to start all over to write new formulas. You've just been imputing your figures. Okay, so if I'm going to format this as a table, it's going to give me, and by the way, if you format your data as a table, it makes it look more visually appealing. So let's use, so it has given me the different kinds of table that there is. Let's use this guy. So it is asking me that it has automatically detected where data is around the cell that I chose here, and it is giving me suggestion. Okay, and I said yes, it says my table has headers, and I've checked the box. Okay, so look at this, it is more visually appealing, and it has added the filter box, okay, which makes life easier. So anything I do, it's faster, just to the point. Okay, so if I wanted it even to add the, okay, let's just go back. So if I wanted to add subtotal, or if I wanted it to have total and everything, when we get to insert function, we're going to talk more about that. Okay, so here we go. Wow. Okay, so here we go. So we've been able to format as table. Cell styles. Cell styles basically talks about how you want, maybe you want to emphasize something in a particular cell within your data set or within a table. So it will tell you what do you want to do. So you're going to pick any of the styles that you want. Okay, so let's say accent. So the moment the person you're preparing your data for, or you yourself, the moment you highlight a cell here, you could be saying something. There could be a correlation between this data or something. So that is why you may want to put a cell style. You want to add a comment, or you want to perform a quick analysis. That's why these boxes here, you could just quickly perform a quick analysis on, you could quickly do data about anything you want to do. You could just make it, you could bring out interesting data from your data set. Okay, so you could do a quick analysis, and any other thing you want to do with you could add a comment. I wanted to say something, so you could add a comment. So let's say you don't want to forget anything here, or you want to quickly tell anybody that is working on your template, like do not touch. You could do that, so that whenever the person, so it will add it, and whenever anybody is working and he sees this, it's like do not touch, or tire sign should not touch. Okay, so that is more that is what that is for. Okay, so we've talked about the styles. Ooh. Okay, we have 3 groups to go. Okay, so for the filter button, okay, so for the filter, we'll come here. So for example, let's say I want to filter the data here on the expense budget. Where is this mouse? Okay, so for the filter function or the filter commands, we'll come here. So let's say I just want to see the data that I just have 1,200 alone, or let's say there was some data here. Let's say locations such as Ibadan, Kano, Bauchi, Kano. Okay, so let me just locate this data to see. Let me just fill this series to make it easier. Okay, so let's say I just want to see, assuming these are sales figures, and let's say I just want to see the figure for Ibadan. So I'll come here, I'll click on location here, then I'll come to the editing group filter tab, then I'll choose filter. So from this filter button, I can see there is a small arrow here, drop down. I click on this drop down, I unselect all, then I pick Ibadan because I want to see data for Ibadan alone. Okay, so it just basically filters it for me, and I can only see the data for Ibadan. The same thing you could apply, then you can clear, you can say clear location from Ibadan, or you can remove the filter button totally by coming here and deselecting the filter, so that goes away. Alright, so that about the editing group. Then the ideas group. So let's say you're really concerned about the you're really concerned about the you're really concerned about this data, and just you're not particularly sure of the insight you want to draw from there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, my internet is disconnected, so let's see how that can help. So we could highlight the particular data we want to visualize. Let's say this is the whole table we want to visualize, and we can come to ideas. Okay, oh, find and select. Did I do that? Find and select is just like control F to find and replace. Okay, so let's say I want to find the data. I want to find yes, I want to find Kano. Okay, so it just brings out everywhere on this sheet that has Kano. That's because I already highlighted the particular. So I'll put the cursor in just one active cell in the whole sheet, and I'll say find all. So it will bring everything that has Kano to me, so I can keep clicking. So I can set it to just find Kano in this worksheet alone, or I could go to options and say look for Kano in the whole workbook. So I can change this to find it in the whole workbook. Then it finds all where Kano could be in the whole workbook. Okay, all right, that is about the find and select. Okay, so let's go back to our ideas button. So let's say let's assume that we want to draw insight for let's assume these are sales figures. I want to draw insights on it. Maybe we're not just feeling it. Okay, so we're going to just put our cursor on here, and we need to connect to the internet. Okay, that should connect. Alright, so we're just going to click on anywhere on our data here, and we're going to click on ideas. So Microsoft is Office Intelligence tool is going to look at the data. You can see it's still rolling, and there's a tab coming up here, and it's going to give us ideas of what it can pick from the data. So it's just going to suggest, okay, is this what you're trying to do? Is this what you're not trying to do? All right. Okay, it's still rolling. Okay, because this particular function actually works with internet. That's why I was trying to connect my internet the other time. Okay, why is everything around me not having internet? So you can see it's saying analyzing your data. Okay, I think I took the cursor away from what I wanted to analyze, but you can see that it has brought suggestions that are available. So let me limit it to this. Okay, my cursor was on this value. That was like, okay, let me just limit it to this small set of data. Let's see. Let's reinitiate. Let's relaunch. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so you can see that it has an okay. Let me look for a more meaningful data set. Okay, all right. I think I have one here that okay. Alright, so look at this place. This is the name. These are the names of some students. This is their performance or their score out of 20 in their wow. These students' names are very funny though. Alright, let me just tweak the figures. Okay, so let's see, this guy has 8, 10, 7, 4, 10. This Muiwa is very brilliant. let's say this is test course, okay, 6, or maybe this is 9, okay, I think they are, it's well scattered, okay, let's say this is 5, 10, okay. All right, so I could do this and ask Excel to give me ideas of what it can make of this data, okay. So it's going to load and load and load and analyze, so you can see that it's analyzing my data already. Okay, so here we go. So it has given me a chart, okay. Excel gave me a chart here, say, oh, is this helpful, that this is what it can pick from my data, okay. Then here it give me a pivot table on, oh, this is a summary of what's in my data, okay. Hold on, here it give me a scatter plot, okay. We're going to get there, like this is what it can get from my data. And here these spark lines are wonderful though, it's like spark lines, okay. So I'm going to ask Excel to show me all the 13 results it has for me, okay. So you can see that it has some visualizations that it's drawing for me here. Let's just say I want to be lazy, I just want Excel to do the job for me, so it gives me ideas of, okay, what it can see in my data, okay. So we can see that it has a lot. So where the insight now lies, or where the wisdom comes from, is, okay, you now have to choose which one best represents your data, which one best, okay. So let's say you want to take any of this, let's insert, okay, let me look for, let's insert a chart that is fine. Okay, so let me also, I'll ask you to insert charts. Let's insert these charts. Okay, it's taking a while. So Excel has brought out the chart for me. I don't necessarily have to plot it by myself, and you can see that so it's now dependent on you. So it has given me the what's it called now, the legend. By legend, it's just like the key, like, okay, the blue is for math, this is for English. So we have scores for Hadeyin, Katumbi, Rotimi, Obina, Bolu, Muiwa, Deji. Okay, so we have their names here, and the colors depict their scores, okay. So this is a summary, especially if the people you want to present to, they are more visually inclined, this would go a long way. Some people are just scared by figures, okay. So for example, if I want to see, okay, so this is if I want to see the person that seems to be trending on this, without seeing a table, if I look at this chart, let me just drag it to a place where the background is not disturbed. Okay. Can I come here? Okay. Okay, I'm trying to move. From here. So this is a series. So all right, looking at this graph, forgetting about the figures, we can see that the tallest is Muiwa, so which means Muiwa is the only one spanking here. So we may want to analyze only Muiwa further, and we can see that Ade is on the low side. So Ade, we just want to compare Ade's performance and Muiwa's performance, okay. We could use this filter button to say, oh, we only want to see Ade and who, Muiwa here. Okay, where is Muiwa again? Okay, so we'll tell Excel, oh, please, I just want to see these two guys alone. So you apply. So it takes us to it gives us the data of only Ade and Muiwa. Okay, now as we're clicking on these boxes, it's telling us, oh, what's up with her day. So this blue button, remember, this blue color, remember this particular blue, I think it was physics. So it has already, and this is Muiwa's score on physics. So where is Muiwa? Muiwa's score on physics is 7. So this particular so that it doesn't confuse us. So if I double click here, or if I click here, I could, if I click here, these are the subjects Muiwa had taken. Now the height or the width of the boxes or of these rectangles denotes how well Muiwa or her day passed. Okay, this particular time series, this particular chart may not be a good representation of what we want to see, because you can't really tell. If you when seeing this table, you can't really tell what you can't tell at a glance without clicking the boxes to know what exact score Muiwa has. So for example, let's say I'm just seeing this chart for the first time without holding the mouse. I don't know but I just know Muiwa is planking some figures and her day is lacking behind. Okay, but until I click, and it gives me an idea of what Muiwa has. This blue is for math, so it's telling me Muiwa has 9. Okay, and here is for English. Until Excel comes and say, oh, this English you're looking at, Muiwa has 15 in it. That's why the box is larger. The same thing for this yellow in chemistry, but I may not have that patience. Okay, so you can see that it says series chemistry chem point Muiwa value 15. This chart may not be the exact thing we need, although we can still design the chart if we want. The moment you insert a chart in Excel, the design tab comes up and gives you design ideas. Okay, so we can explore. This is just preamble, just to introduce us to some other things Excel can. So let's say I pick this design style, so you can see this is visually appealing too, depending on how whosoever your recipient or your consumer of that information is. Okay, so you could leave it at this. Okay, there are a lot of things you could do. If you don't want to see the grid lines, you could just format it such that you could style it. You could do a lot of stuff. So you could look at the styles here. Okay, there are plenty styles, design styles you can work with. Okay, so all right, this basically just summarizes what this brings us to the end of what we have on the home tab. We've been able to trash as much as possible. We've been able to, so you can see that this chart, I've chosen a style. The style of the table so that's why the design tab always comes up at every time. This design tab here, whenever you have a chart, so it has imputed the exact scores in the boxes. Okay, so you can see that Excel can be a very good visualization to just, you have to understand what you want to represent in the data and all that. All right, so this will bring us to the end of our lesson today. The next time we're going to look at the insert function or insert tab. Okay, all right, till then, stay safe for everyone. Bye.